oblique muscles and the rectus abdominis and everything, and you're bypassing the most important, which is your core. Your transversus abdominis runs around like this. Deep inside is your deepest lying abdominal range of muscles, and it transverses like this, crosses over like this. So we want to activate that and then build onto activating the obliques and the rectus abdominis and so on. Also pelvic floor, as you get older and if you walk, you run or whatever, you sometimes think, oh, I can't hold my wee or whatever. And it's not just men, it's not just women, it's women and men. The same problem. You can't hold your wee, you struggle, you've got to run to the toilet. So that is when the pelvic floor muscles are not accurately activated and strengthened. And also there's mobility, too much mobility in the pelvis area. Okay, so so you can activate your pelvic floor standing up, lying down, but I'm going to start from the difficult, then on the chair and then lying down, because I'm going to stay on the floor. So standing up, you find your nice neutral spine. It's the same for sitting down and everything. It's just much more difficult to lift the pelvic floor, but it's the same principle. Ears above the shoulders, cheekbones above the clavicle. All right, so now when you activate your core, your transversus abdominal muscles, you don't go and grip it, not more than 30%, because when you go over 30%, then you gather all the muscles around it and then you're bypassing it anyway. So I'm going to just put my fingertips inside my SIS joints, and I'm going to just pull up the pelvic floor. And you don't want a hollow belly. You want to just have a flat belly like this, and your navel will come in and it will draw that way a little bit, but you will pull your pelvic floor up. So it's very difficult standing up. I'm starting on the difficult one, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to stay on the floor. So don't get confused. So my fingertips over here, I can feel the activation. So I'm going to inhale, expand the ribs sideways, and then I'm going to the transverse abdominis gather in like this, and I'm going to lift the pelvic floor. Okay, I'm going to do that only one more, then on the chair, and I'm going to do the whole lot on the floor, so I'm going to go up and down. All right, so it's inhale, expand the ribs sideways, and exhale, don't gather it together, more than 30% activation, and out, pull up the pelvic floor. So now you're going to hold it there and breathe for 20 or 30 seconds. Okay, without movement here. So the pelvic floor comes up, the navel goes down, goes down, well, to the lower back, and moves down a little bit. Now, Adrian, shall I bring the chair in? Okay, so now when you sit in front of that computer all day long, so when you sit like this, you know the whole story. So you're going to roll. So if you over tilt the bucket, the water is going to spill this way. If you tilt the bucket that way, the water is going to spill that way. And so you find your happy medium, nice neutral spine like this. And I'm going to put my fingertips inside the SIS side joints and pressing in a little bit. So it's inhale, expand the ribs sideways. And as I exhale, I draw the transversus abdominis together like this. The navel goes in as I exhale, and I pull pelvic floor up. It's a lot, but you'll get it now. And then the navel will draw down a little bit. So all at once. So it's not more than 30%. And I relax. I'm gonna just do that one more time. So when you've done it a few times on the floor, then you'll do it in front of your chair or when you're standing up, standing in the queue. Okay, so it's inhale, expand the ribs sideways. Draw the TAs together as you pull the pelvic floor up. Don't make it hollow. You don't want a core grip. and hold it there as you breathe normally. So the navel is in, it moves down slightly, the pelvic floor comes up. We're gonna extend on the pelvic floor. Okay, so now when I go down, just make sure your heads are nice and comfortable. Either a pillow or if you have a Pilates block. Right. My ponytail's a little bit in the way. Okay, so your knees are bent nice and easily. So you're going to put your hands on your pelvis like this, and you're going to tilt forward, tilt back, tilt forward, tilt back, and then you find your happy medium again. So a lot of people teach this one with a low back on the floor. You know me, I like a neutral spine, and there's some physios and chiropractors that I follow that I agree with a neutral spine. Right, so I'm going to make sure that my ribs don't move. Expand the ribs sideways as I breathe. Inhale. And when fingertips, you can actually have your fingertips right inside here, inside the hip joint. Feel that transverse abdominis activate. As I exhale, and I pull the pelvic floor towards me, and the navel will go down, not hollow, so we don't want to go more than 30%, and it will move slightly down, slightly down. I'm going to hold it there, and I'm going to breathe. I didn't get the clock. Let's inhale. So just breathe. It's an inhale, so stay in neutral spine. It's an inhale. So I keep the activation there. Can't see it. All right, cool. Now I'm going to specify a little bit more. I don't want to start with that one in case you run away. We're going to segment the pelvic floor from your back shaft and that little piece in between the front shaft. The men are the same, and so that little piece in between and then the front. So I'm going to just activate on my back shaft. Okay, so the same thing as inhale, expand the ribs sideways, and as I exhale, I squish the butt, not the glutes muscles, the back shaft. So this one you'll watch on a scan. So I don't bring in the large muscle groups in whatsoever. We've got to get, everybody has to get this one right to really work 100%, get your maximum benefit from. So I'm talking, I'm breathing, and I'm holding the back shaft like that. All right, so you can repeat that. Guys, do this regularly. Do this when you watch your movie or whatever. You can do it sitting up, whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to go and focus on the middle bit. So it's going to be harder now. So inhale and exhale, and I'm going to bring that in without moving the pelvis at all. Okay, so the pelvis, that focus, the pelvic floor will move up. You focus on that little bit. There will be an activation here, and I breathe. So you can repeat that a few times, and then you can, when you can hold it, when you really can find the activation, then you hold it and you breathe normally. So you can spread it out. But I'm sure that my class anyway will be able to manage that. This is all prehab, rehab, and activate and preparing yourself for big stuff. All right, so now I'm going to go to the front shaft. As I say, the men are the same. Hold your wee. So it's inhale and exhale, and it's like I'm holding my wee. So very difficult. You've got to find it now. Don't make it hollow here. Don't make it more than 30% activation. hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and breathe properly. Breathe normally. Breathe normally. All right, that is just cool. So I'm going to go back to that, focusing on the general pelvic floor. Inhale, expand the ribs sideways. And exhale. So this mustn't lift. So the navel goes down. I gather the pelvic floor together like this. The navel moves down a little bit and inwards. Feel the activation right inside here. Hold it. Inhale. And exhale. So remember, if you go over 30%, then you're going to activate more. You're going to activate more. I mean, you're going to bring in the obliques and the rectus abdominis. So just hold it there for 30 seconds, 20 seconds or so. Just breathe normally. All right, now you can just extend this one, make it a bit longer, or at least do it regularly. So now I'm going to bring in my surrounding muscle groups. Okay, so if I want to do a lifting or whatever. So I'm going to go inhale and exhale. The navel is level. Bring it in, and then I'm going to go, and then I'm going to activate the surrounding muscles. So you see weightlifters, bodybuilders, they go, and then it brings in the surrounding muscles. All right, hold it there, and you're going to go, you can feel it here, bringing all the exterior oblique muscles in, and relax. I'm going to do that again. Inhale, bring the pelvic floor in towards you. The transverse abdominis activating. Breathe normally, and then I'm going to go, and I'm activating the surrounding muscles. So I'm going to just breathe, and I'm holding this. I'm holding this. It's flat and hard, not hollow. So it's not more than 30%. Okay, right. It seems like it's very little work. You do work, and it's vitally important that you get this. Okay, so now I'm going to start with a leg lift. Okay, exactly the same thing. I'm going to inhale, expand the ribs sideways, exhale, activate there again. As I exhale, my transverse abdominis are gathering together, activating, and I take it down. Focusing on the TAs, transverse abdominis. I'm going to do 4 more. Should we do 3? Okay, 5 more then. So there's 4 more coming up. So hips stay square and level. The distance between hips and ribs are equal and level on the ribs. 2 more. Last one. I can feel that I've worked. All right, so I'm going to go to the other side. Inhale, expand the ribs sideways. Exhale, don't flatten the lower back. more. Two more. We don't want to rush this one. I tend to rush in my personality, but you want to take this one slowly. Okay, really, really good. Okay, so now I'm going to build onto this one. I'm going to lift up, bring the other leg up like this. So I can feel the activation here. All right, but I want to disassociate my hip flexors. Okay, so keep it activated. It's actually an exhale as I bring that leg up. So I'm going to go. Expand the ribs sideways, keep the activation. If you don't need support for your head, that's fine, as long as you don't do that. But this is much more comfortable. So you want to keep this flat and level. Guys, really, really practice this one. Don't be impatient with this one. It seems boring, but it is like your vitals. This is vitally important that you get, whether you're a weightlifter or whether you are just a Pilates person, if you walk, whatever, run, important. Because your pelvic floor you take into your old age, it has to be strong. And also if you capture the pelvic floor with everything else, you're not going to have back injuries, because you're going to activate from the core in all senses. Right, last two to go. Last one. Okay. Oh, that feels good. Stretch it out a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to do a double leg lift. Okay, double knee lift. Okay, so inhale, exhale. So take it as so this mustn't lift, the lower back mustn't lift. So keep this low. Very hard now. So if you want to increase it, if you're very strong, right from when we start with one leg lift, you can take the arms up, or you can plant the hands, elbows up into the ceiling. My elbows don't look good because I've got shoulder problem, but the elbows pointing up into the ceiling. Very, very, very excellent. And also as you progress, you pick up on the psoas as well, but we want to focus on the pelvic floor. 4 to go. 3 to go. 2 to go. Last one. Okay, I'm stretching out my stomach, my abdominal range, a little bit of hip flexors. Try and bypass them. You will work them a little bit. So I'm going to bring Adrian in to come and do 4 pointers for us. So you're going to be low. What time did we start? Okay, so remember, he's still focusing on the pelvic floor, so we don't want to do major stuff. He's going to make sure that he's nicely, okay, actually you can do a few C curve and an arch and a C curve, and it's always good to just find your neutral spine, but it's also very good for your back. Okay, so go back and find a nice neutral spine like that. Okay, so make sure that your shoulders are nice and stable and level, and you're going to activate the pelvic floor. So we're not going to overdo this. So Adrian, I'm going to do this. So So there, inside the hip bone, you want to feel the transverse abdominis activated. So we're going to extend, so your hands are in line with your knees, so you can open your knees a little bit more. Hands in line with the knees, hands come back a little bit. Okay, so not too much, there you go. You can extend your first arm out. You can make a fist and turn the thumb up like that. Now retract this scapula back down. No. Scapula, the scapula sits here. Okay, now this is sinking. So you've got to reline that shoulder. See how difficult it is, and straighten this arm up and you pull the scapula back. No, just back towards your hip. No, hold it, just for posture. Okay, that's cool. So that's sinking here. So lift up a little bit more. So yeah, hard, hey? And you're pulling the back of the head up towards the wall in front of you. Straighten this arm out. Scapula's back. Good, that's stable. Activate the core muscle. So now that leg is you're going to extend out. Just going to move the chair away. You can straighten that out. There you go. Now, I want to hold it there. Oh, cool. So scapula's back. That shoulder is being relied upon. Pull this toe back, flex. Straighten the legs. No, straighten the leg. Flex the foot. Now you push this heel, flex. Push this heel right to the wall, not up. So you're extending away hard, hey? Can you feel the pelvic floor? Okay, other side. Okay, now other side. Okay, first to the shoulder, first to the arms, so you can really stabilize. Okay, keep it up, keep it there. Okay, pull the scapula back, which you're doing. Yeah, there you go. This shoulder mustn't sink. Now pull that toe back, flex it. Put your heel on the wall behind you, so you really extend out. So if I place the champagne glass here, there's a little bit, let's straighten this out a little bit, it's very hard. Pelvic floor, transverse abdominis, there you go. Try and straighten your arm out there in front, very hard. Okay, swap around. Okay, extend the first arm out, fist, and pull this scapula back. This side is very good, and the heel right into the wall behind you. Pelvic floor, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Swap around. Okay, fist, scapula's back. And this heel into the wall behind you. Okay, cool. And we'll repeat that. Two more sets. Okay, extend. It's hard. First arm, fist, and pull the scapula back. This is a good set. This mustn't wing. Cool. Lock that knee, push your wall up against her, and this side. Oh, say cool. Inhale, exhale. Couple of times, make it 4 times. The other side. And straighten that arm out. That leg goes back. Flex the foot, the heel goes to the wall behind. Cool. One more set.
I've done it even more.
Huh?
Done it even more.
Okay, make one more set. Fist, scapula goes back. Heel against the wall behind you. Inhale, exhale. One more. Okay, last side. One more. Okay, go onto your belly and have a nice Mackenzie stretch out on your belly. Mackenzie. Go with your hands over. Oh, no, on your belly. There you go, cool. Shoulders go nice and wide. There you go. Make your spine long. Scapula goes back down and out. All right. Now go stay on your belly, and I'm going to bend your feet together. Bend your knees. And then, so you don't want a TheraBand for this one. You want something that doesn't give. Okay, so press your feet out. Press your feet out. Go onto your go down. Go down. Push your feet out, not down. Out, 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 not down. Out, out. There you go. Okay. Activate your pelvic floor. No, that goes down. Pelvic floor. So that goes down. Push your feet out. Push your feet away. How's that? Can you feel it in the pelvic floor? So if you have a long belt and you don't have help, then you can hold it. So open your feet wide. Press your feet apart. Press your feet apart. Pull the pelvic floor together, well, towards you. Pull the pelvic floor up, and your transversus abdominis act. Press apart. Press the feet apart, not down, apart. Press it apart, apart. That way, apart. Yeah, press it apart, press it apart. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and well done. Okay, so cool. Okay, shall I just leave you like that now? Okay, excellent. Right. Okay, from the pelvic floor, so now you all get that. So remember, whatever core muscles you do, you go back to pelvic floor. How long have we been on?
27 minutes.
Really? Okay, so then we're going to finish off. Okay, so I'm going to lift up. There I go. So make sure that it doesn't pop. Still focusing on the pelvic floor, and I'm just going to do my 100s. There you go. Now, everybody can do this one. Okay, with everything popping out. So this goes down, that goes down, bend, and I'm going to do my 100s. Okay, the challenge here is to keep this in, All right, so you can do 100s, and bless you guys. I shall see you soon. Enjoy the rain next week. Big rain actually tomorrow. See you soon.